Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here. I hope you're all doing well. In this video we're going to take a look at what will be in the next content patch for Escape from Tarkov. This will be patch 14 I believe, and this is what will be coming in August with the wipe. So we had the Tarkov TV podcast a few days ago and Nikita revealed a lot of information about what would be happening with the game going forward and also what they've been working on for this next content patch. Put out a new roadmap for us to look at and it basically gives us what will be happening with the game all the way up to the Christmas wipe. Seemed to be a lot of people that were surprised that they've actually announced there will be a wipe in December. Don't really know why that's a surprise to some people because we always have one around that time of year. Could be that the time between these next two wipes is going to be much shorter than we're used to, but there again, that's just something that happens in games development sometimes. They've obviously had issues with the move over to Unity 2021, which is not complete yet, and obviously some technical issues behind the scenes which have meant that this wipe is going on longer than usual, but still, there we go, that's just one of those things. So Nikita showed off some footage of the new things in action, so I'm going to go through those with you to begin with, and then have a quick chat about the things that wasn't shown, the things that didn't have any media for. So first up, we have the loadouts preset option, which is much like the weapon preset, allowing you to save a loadout and then apply it to your PMC with just a few clicks. This, in my opinion, is a great change to the game, meaning you're not spending as long in the menu system. Then we have the limb heal hotkey feature, which will allow you to assign a hotkey to certain limbs so that you can select those to heal first. A good little quality of life feature there. Helmet lights, this was something which was kind of hacked into the game a while ago using a rail and a flashlight, but the rail seemed to be super rare. It wasn't really featured anywhere, and one of my friends on Ava managed to find it once and actually attach a flashlight to it. It did work, although it didn't work as intended, but it's now going to be in the game and be a much more common feature. The ability to sell all of your leftover gear from a scav raid direct to fence is going to be added into the game. This is a godsend in my opinion, especially if you're a hoarder and always hitting your limit with your stash. You now won't lose out on a bit of financial return from your scav rooms. Next we have the ability to quick swap to a pistol. This is obviously something that's present in a lot of FPS games out there, but until now has been missing from Tarkov. In my opinion, this now makes taking a pistol into raid as a secondary weapon a more viable option. Getting more use from the pistols is not a bad thing, I don't think. Next we have the updated trader UI shown here, which allows you to quickly swap between traders again. Another good quality of life change that means less time spent in menus. Then we have the new weapons that are going to be coming in this patch. We have the AK-12, the SVT-40, the AVT-40, which both look like variants of the SKS. Haven't actually looked them up, so they could actually be variants of the SKS, but they do look very similar. And then we have the sawn-off shotgun, which would be amazing if you could quick draw it for those tight spots. And then we also have the updated PM and PB pistols. And that is it for all of the things that we actually have video for, so I'm just going to go through the rest of what's going to be laid out for that patch but wasn't actually shown in the podcast from Battlestate. First up we have the randomized loot container spawns, which is exactly what it says it is. Loot containers will spawn in random locations and won't always be in the lone locations as they are now. I think that just mixes things up a little bit on the maps, makes you search more and not always sort of navigate to the common areas. Next, of course, we've got the Streets of Tarkov expansion. While we don't have video for this one, we do have some images. I know a lot of people will say they aren't excited for this one due to the performance they get when they try to play this map, but the patch will bring out new game code and netcode, which should make the performance a lot better, and the game should have moved over to Unity 2021 by the time the patch comes out, which should improve overall game performance. We also have a new boss coming in called, it's either Caban or Caban, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. I believe he's going to be the first of the Streets bosses, and if I remember rightly, a while ago Nikita said the first boss would be at the Lexus car dealership on the map. I don't know if that's still the case, but I reckon it will be. I think that's what they were working towards. Then we're going to have quest rebalancing, glass shader optimization, light source processing optimization, various technical and functional adjustments, and AI behavior improvements. And that is more or less it for that patch. There are going to be some new equipment and armor thrown in as well, but they wasn't really featured in the podcast. They did show the new hitbox things and stuff like that, but that's going to be well after this next patch, so I'm not going to go into those in this video. And that is pretty much it. There's a lot being worked on with the game. As I say, I'm going to continue to break down this podcast over the next few days. So in the next video, we're going to be looking at what will be in the next sort of patches after the next wipe in the build up to the December wipe. But this is all that we've got for this one. Now, they did produce a roadmap a while ago. Obviously, they brought a new roadmap out now, but the old map, they have roughly stuck to it, to be fair. They didn't ever kind of give any timeline with that. They just said, this is what we want to do in this order, and so far they have done that. So the only thing that's kind of missing is a move to Unity 2021, but Nikita did say that they'd had a technical issue with that, but it has been resolved. So I'm expecting that to drop between now and the wipe, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually happens. Now, I would assume that everything that has been shown in this roadmap will make it into the patch, but given that this is the longest wipe and they probably don't want to prolong the wipe any longer, if any of those features aren't ready for that patch, I think they will drop them from that patch and probably include them in later updates. I don't really see them wanting to hold off on wiping the game any later than, say, the back end of August. But again, this is Battlestate Games, so as always, take everything with a pinch of salt. Things are never perfect in games development and the timelines always change, but this is what we're going for at the moment with this roadmap, and we'll see how this pans out. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. As always, I will catch you in the next one. Take care.